I don't think that I'm a very good scientist, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm just cracking myself up because the last 10 weeks I was supposed to be doing an experiment on consistency. I created this cute little habit tracker and I called it the consistency scorecard. And the whole premise was for 10 weeks, I was going to track 6 different habits: calorie tracking, protein, journaling, water, strength training, and sleep. Those were the 6 habits that I was going to track over 10 weeks. Each day, the different habits were broken down into 3 categories, and I got a point for the different categories, 1, 2, or 3. We're going to get into that into a second. At the end of each day, I got a score. At the end of each week, I got a score, just to see how's consistency play into weight loss. Why I'm a bad scientist, that's coming up later in this video as well. But let me show you the consistency scorecard. Let's go through the weeks really quickly just to see how it is that I did. So here we have the consistency scorecard. We're starting with week 1, which started way back in October 29th. For calorie tracking, I broke it down into recording my meals: 1 meal, 2 meals, or 3 meals. Depending on which one, I got a score of 1, 2, or 3. For protein, I think I've been tracking this wrong for all these weeks and I wasn't paying attention. Protein, it was supposed to be 50 to 100. I was going to get 100 to 125 grams or more, 2 points, and 125. I was to get 3 points. I'm pretty sure that at some point I thought that I was only supposed to get points if I got over 100 and I wasn't paying attention. So my protein score should be higher on many of these days. Journaling, if I did 1 line, I got 1 point. A paragraph, 2 points. A page, 3 points. Water, 64 ounces, 1 point. 2 points for 96 ounces, 3 points for 128 ounces. Exercise, if I did my strength training exercise specifically, 5 minutes, I got 1 point. 15 minutes, I got 2 points. 30 minutes, I got 3 points. Sleep, anything over 6 hours was 1, 7 hours was 2, 3 hours was 3. I didn't even put my step count, which was like my primary focus the last 3 months, into the consistency scorecard. And we know how that went. It went pretty well. Definitely for November, December. Yes, excellent. Oh my gosh. And it wasn't even in my car. I wasn't even tracking it. Here we have my consistency scorecard for week 1 that started way back on October 29th. I was tracking these 6 items. So on week 1, you're gonna see that in the daily total, these were my percentages each day. The very end was for the entire week, was what my percentage score was for that week. By habit, you're gonna see what my score was by each individual habit. So week 1, I got a 60%. Week 2, I got a 68%. Week 3, I got a 64%. Week 4, I got a 50%. Week 5, I got a 40%. Week 6, I got a 48%. Week 7, I got a 44%. Week 8, I got a 48%. Week 7 is where I think things went off kilter with my protein. At some point in time, okay, the story about me being a bad scientist. I started doing this whole scorecard thing and then I got completely distracted and I started moving all of my things I actually started getting distracted with this in November. I started moving everything into Notion. I'm doing my habit tracking in Notion. I'm doing my journaling in Notion. I'm doing my goals in Notion. I'm doing my whole entire life, pretty much. I'm putting it all in Notion. I'm all brand new to Notion. It's a whole learning thing. Totally got sidetracked, but I forgot that protein was 50 to 100. Yes, 50 to 100 was supposed to be 1 point, and a lot of times I was giving myself 0 points when I should have been giving myself 1 point. And I didn't realize that until I started filming this. So I got to go back and recalculate all those points. So my scores are going to be actually slightly higher. Not much, but slightly higher. Week 8, 48%. Week 9, I got a 66%. Week 10, I got a 47%. So you can see, I kind of did like a monthly overview. So you can see each week kind of summed up. Here's the whole November, 60%, 68, 64, blah, blah, blah. It goes on down the screen. December, it's just kind of neat just to see it summarized here. On the days that were really good, I get this like little green check box. On the days that were in the middle, they're yellow, and then the days not so good, they're red. Just kind of giving an overview on that. I also tracked the results by habit. So here's a total by week. Kind of see the graph go up and down here. My consistency was all over the place. That's what I kind of learned there. Calorie tracking, it was like at the beginning of the challenge, I was like, yay, and then I kind of way dropped off, and then I'm like, oh shoot, I better get back into the program, and I started tracking again. Protein, again, week 7 is whenever I forgot that what the rules of the tracking were. Journaling, kind of just all over the place. Water, it's one of my basic habits. It's pretty the same. Exercise, kind of dippy. It's the best word that I can come up with for that. And then sleep is kind of all over the place as well. At the end of 10-week challenge, I just kind of summed it up here. At the end of, here we have the different weeks. Here we have the different habits. Here we have my percentage total, and if those percentages, what my weight was based on those percentages. I'm a terrible scientist because my batteries died and I haven't been able to weigh myself this week yet. And the challenge ended yesterday and I have to go get some batteries today, but I can't weigh in this late in the day, so I can't weigh myself until tomorrow. We don't know at the end of the whole thing how the experiment really ended, but looks like it kind of stayed the same because not one time did I hit 80%. And my whole theory was that if you are 80% consistent with your habits, weight loss will follow. I never reached 80%. I just wasn't doing the things. So are we gonna do the challenge again? Is it another rematch, kind of like the steps challenge? Probably so, but I'm switching over into Notion. All of this stuff is being put into a new, fancier, crazier, on steroids database. So I'm gonna have all of the data, all of the information. You're gonna see it all, because why not? I'm collecting it, why not show it? So this has been an adventure, and Deanna is not a great scientist. I hope that you come back and you follow me on the wild ride that is Deanna's adventure. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.